Some ways I think, you know, the way to to become victorious in these times is to uh, pray to God and ask for forgiveness for what we've done wrong, and really look and see, you know, how have liberals contributed to this situation individually and but ideologically even. We need like, wow, maybe, just unbridled progress in the name of progress is not God. It doesn't create harmony. It doesn't create, it's the product of that way of thinking. It's the banner of that way of thinking. Progress through science, progress through thinking, progress. But you don't give those people, everybody wanted power. Corporations wanted power. The workers had power for a very short time. They had the unions. They had real power, economic power at one point, and then they lost it. And the merchant and the general, the warrior, have had power. That's remained constant. But now, the workers have been slighted. And now the scientists and academics are being slighted in that same way. They're being fired, and they can go overseas and work. France will hire them, but it'll be easier for them than the working class who got trampled in the 70s and 80s, in the 80s, I guess, losing steel mills and auto production. I mean, it's insane. Insane. We sold our own people out. Who does that? They don't do that in other countries so much. Because they're not idiots. They have loyalty to each other. Like the academics have loyalty to the workers and will protect them and help them. And you don't make trade deals that you don't shut down our manufacturing without knowing where those people are going to go. you know this craze for buying things from TV, buying things. You got to buy things. Industry runs. Everybody's got to buy things, new cars, and it's all dependent on who buys what. And we're all in it on the lottery of the stock market, and we're all getting paid if we just keep buying more things, and then we get other people to make them, and we go crazy. And once we start getting kids to make our stuff, and you know getting our own people living in poverty so that we can make them more money, we've lost our minds. We've lost our minds. You don't do this. This is how a dysfunction. You're casting your children to the wolves. It's okay if you're impoverished. It doesn't matter. What matters is progress. And then the academics picked it up. Progress. We're going to show everyone how to make progress by everybody's equal. And they don't think that, okay, who do we have in this society? Are these people that are ready to be introduced to this idea? Is this going to conflict with their religious beliefs maybe? Are you going to start a war with these people after you've taken away their livelihood or been a part of the blind eye that's been turned to the loss of a way of life for the huge portion of America that had a brief American dream? Yikes, So I'm just saying, nobody's perfect. The academics might want to say to themselves, wow, we really got carried away. And maybe we want to say we're sorry in our hearts and to people and to do things differently. And, let's really think about what's going on, what we can do together to help these people. That would be a start. ask God, please help us. We've really screwed things up down here. It looks like we've got a maniac who's creating chaos, you know? So how did we get here? What did we do to get to this place? Please show us. You know, not everybody's ready to see this. We don't want to see how did we interfere in other countries' business and how did we earn this karmically. Nobody wants to know that, but that's exactly what's going to help us. You know, did we, kill other heads of state undercover? How many and when? Did we take over other governments surreptitiously? How many and when? Which ones? That stuff you really want to kind of be like, this is what we did, we're sorry. Like in South Africa, yeah, we were, this is what we did and we're sorry. Our version is we didn't do anything, we're the greatest, and now we're eating ourselves. We're doing to ourselves, voting in our own chaos the way we imposed it on other people. Very ironic. How did we get here? What did we do wrong? Well, ignoring the death of the working class, the blue-collar working class in the steel mills and industry, without figuring out where those people are going to go, that's the first thing. Killing the Indians, I don't know. Where do you start? People say, oh, you're un-American if you're un-American. I love this country, Well, I love this country. I am this country just as much as anyone else. That's the beautiful thing. Nobody can tell me who's an American. I got my passport. I know where my grandparents came from. They came from Europe and they were Jewish, and from Romania and from Germany. And does that make me a Romanian? And maybe I'll be a Romanian. But I'm telling you, there ain't no way out of this thing other than being honest. We've been horrible to other countries. We've been absolutely criminally horrible, and we need to stop and ask for forgiveness and ask God to save us. And we're all responsible. We're all part of this country, and we all have a voice, and we can all use our voice. That's what I think. That's my ramble, under 10 minutes for tonight.